Hi there, how are you all doing today? How are you all getting on? Enjoyed your Wednesday? It was a nice day this morning, and I looked up and I thought, oh, they're back to normal again. I wonder if they had a day off on Monday, like us all. Anyway, I just wanted to come on really and check in, see how you're all doing, and yeah, just connect, isn't it? To connect with human beings, even though it's virtual, but we still need to hear each other and to see each other and to know that we're not alone, because we're not alone, seriously not alone. And I wanted to talk a little. Look at this guy. I can't get it to go round now. No, it's going. It's one of those things with the men that sit in it, you know, paraglider thing, I don't know. Right, listen, quick one, because it's just a quick one, but it was just something that I was thinking the other day, because you know all this bravado and pantomime and show that's going on at the moment, yeah, you know what I mean, don't you? Well, do you sometimes feel like people are getting lost in all the environment things that are happening at the moment, all these external factors, all this fear and distraction really for the masses, isn't it? So yeah, let's roll out the things that are going on at the moment, and that might distract them from what's really going on, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just thought I should share something with you. And I know it sounds really silly, but you know what I'm like. Now, what do human beings need to survive, to live? What do we need? Well, we need food. The basic needs, I'm talking about the basic needs to survive, to live. We need food. We need drink. I've got it written down here, the top 5. We need shelter. We need sleep. And we need others. So, those basic 5 needs, let's have a little look at them. Right, number 1, food. We need food to eat. So what's happening at the moment with all of these food production factories getting a little bit warm, and all of the other things in the pipeline that are stopping the food from coming through. Like a big thing, you know, going on at the moment between R and U. Okay, so that's one little worry we've got. That's a little bit of a fear, isn't it? Number 2, drink. Well, we need water that comes out our tap, and we can make a juice with it, or we can make tea and coffee, but we still need water. And we still need water to wash as well. Brush our teeth, everything else. So what's happening with the water? Well, you know, there's a little bit of fluoride believed to have been going on in the water systems for a bit, and believe that can, you know, calcify the old pineal gland, you know, the third eye that's in here, inside your temple, which is your brain, and your whole temple, your head. And your body's a temple, really, isn't it? Let's be honest. So that's that. So what's going on with our water apart from that? Well, as we all have known and heard, there might be other things that we might just not want to drink. You know, impurities. You know, some of us have little water filters, or you know, I've got the Kangen water, or people have a distiller. That's what I started off with. That's amazing. It strips all your waters out your water, but so you have to add minerals. I had to add the little drops of minerals, and also, you know, it is still dead water, isn't it? So there's bottled water as well, which we've heard of them putting fluoride in as well and things like that. And also, how long has that been stored in the warehouses as well, since it's been bottled, and in the supermarkets as well. That's that. and then we have shelter. Well, I don't know about you, when it gets a bit chilly I like to be nice and warm. So we need to be warm. We need to not subject our bodies to extreme temperature. So for example, people who can't afford to pay the heating bills, you hear of the little pensioners on their own. It's either a choice between eat or heat. And we'll leave that one there as well. And then we have sleep. So we need somewhere safe to sleep, don't we? Somewhere safe in a home that we can call our little safety place and feel secure and feel at peace. And at the moment, there's people that are being evicted from the homes because they can't pay the rent, because they can't pay the mortgages, because they have to sell up. People who are renting, their landlords are selling up because they can't afford the mortgage either. It's just great. So yeah, and we all know that it only takes a couple of paychecks from being on the streets. You can't pay your rent for a couple of months, you fall behind with the bills and etc. It's mad. You need somewhere secure and safe to put your head down at night and have that peace in order to have a sleep that your body needs to regenerate and build. Yeah. And then the other is others. Well, we need others to connect with, to have a relationship with, to feel with, to see, to hear, to laugh, to love, to interact with. We need these other people to bounce off and interact with, and that's just our way that we exist. So, I've likened it to, you see, when you really realise who you are, when you wake up and you really realise and you are aware, you start to become aware of things around you. You can't help it, you just do. And that includes plants, flowers, trees, how our food is grown. You don't want them with pesticides and inorganic chemicals on it. That goes in your system. That can cause many diseases and the big C and things like that. So, there's loads, isn't there? Do you remember that Roundup weed kill? And they had to recall that because it was carcinogenic. It's just crazy, isn't it? So, I've been growing some little things, right? And that's because I've heard this is the way forward, because, we can't just rely on pushing a trolley around a shop anymore and getting what we need, because, if that runs out, what are we going to do? We need to be resourceful and try and grow our own things, don't we? Be it in a pot, in a big compost bag for potatoes, anything. You don't need Balmoral, do you? To grow anything. You don't need the size of 10 acres. So there you go. So that's just what I've been thinking about. And I thought the other day, oh, isn't this beautiful? So we are really connected, with nature. I mean, when you grow a seed, right, you grow a seed, and what does it need to, what does a plant need, or a tree or a flower need to grow? Let's look at what that needs, because it's just like us, really, isn't it, in relation to what it needs. Everything that's living needs things to live and survive. So you put the seed in, it grows. How does it grow? You put it in and it starts to grow the roots first, doesn't it? It starts to, I don't know, but you know what I mean. Stay with me. Humour me. So it goes in the soil and it's dark, isn't it? It's dark. Just grows in the dark. Bit like us in the womb before we come out. And then when it's ready to venture up into the sunlight, it pops through. Excuse the expression. But it's a bit like us being birthed, isn't it? So we go from the dark to the light. We get our oxygen by taking our first breath. And then the midwife smacks you on the arse to get that breath. It's like, whoa. Oh yeah, and then they decide to put the little thingies in you with spikes, should we say. Yeah, and yeah, and then we'll just cut off the cord before you can get all your nutrients from your mother and the source. Yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, diversifying there. So your little plant or flower or shoot comes through, your little tree. And what does that plant need? It needs food. How does it get its food? It gets its food from the sun. And we get things from the sun as well. You know, photons. You know, can download our DNA as well. It gives us energy. It gives us energy. And it gives the plants and the flowers and trees energy. And then it needs water. It needs a drink. What does it get? It gets the rain. And the little roots underneath soak all the rain up. And did you know that roots have an underground, it's like a little system where they actually can look after, say there's another tree locally to it. It sends signals out to help that tree. It sends things to change the tree, like the nutrients that it needs to survive, that it's lacking. It's just amazing. So that alone should tell you that, you know, it's not just a tree and a plant. It's like, it's alive. Everything's alive. It's living in it. You know, it's this connection. You know, none of this, you know, queuing up for 20 hours. Like, you know, there was a helicopter shot. It was literally like sheep in a pen. I thought, what the? I thought it's like in a goldfish bowl, just all like looking out at everything else, what's going on. What about your environment? You know, what about your power? What about, you know, coming into your own? You know, don't ever dismiss yourself as not important, because you blooming well are. So yeah, so you got the shelter as well, haven't you? So, you know, if a plant or flower or tree or shrub is trying to grow in, you know, extreme cold conditions, and it's not supposed to, you know, tropical plant, if you put it in a cold climate, it's going to freeze to death, and it's not going to be the right environment. It needs to be in the right environment. It needs to be something which is at ease with that, not dis-ease. So that's that. And I know it sounds a bit daft, but others yet again, you know, you have, say for example, crops or herbs that will have another plant or herb or flower that's complementary to that to grow, that will help attract all the insects to eat the little flies that are eating the tomato plants, you know, or the aphids. You'll get attract, you know, insects to the flowers that's by that will counteract that. You know, do you know what I mean? Everything is connected. Everything is connected. And everything needs these basic needs to live. And, sorry, I'll just go. And, you know, what have we been doing the past 2.5 years? You know, we've had the lock-up. That stopped us from speaking to people. We've had the 6 metre rule, sorry. Social distancing. Then you had the nappy on the face. Just a muzzle. That is a hindrance to communication, let's face it. So we've had that. It's this disconnection. What do humans need? Right. Well, all of the above that I've just said, food, drink, shelter, sleep, others. So there's the others. The food, no, that was okay, wasn't it? That was okay, but there was fear because you had to have your muzzle on to go and get the effing food, didn't you? So yeah, there's one. Drink, the taps, what's coming out your taps. You know, you can get a freedom of information request from your water authority and request what is contained in the water that's coming out the tap and into your body. You want to know. It's like something else, isn't it? You want to know what's in it. So that's that. You need shelter. You need to keep warm. You know, there's people that may find it difficult, you know, come October when the prices go up again, the energy prices. So if you're not heating yourself, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna shiver. I mean, even now I'm starting to shiver. I just would dread to think what it's like. You know, what about the homeless people? They're on the streets in a tent, lying on a hard floor in the freezing cold. No access to the kitchen, go and run themselves a bath, nothing. Do you think this is right, this day and age? When people are queuing up for up to 20 hours, you know, and being in awe of this pomp and distraction and pantomime. What about you? How are you surviving? Seriously, how are you surviving? I think, you know, I've certainly, since I've been awake, thought about, whoa, it's like the inequality of it, like the imbalance. And well, my face says it all, really, doesn't it? Do you get me? It's like everything we need has been threatened, has been pulled from underneath us, has been sabotaged, has been made difficult, has been a worry. I mean, you know, people have kids. It's unbelievable. And then I go past a place today, and it's like a centre, like an old charity shop thing, and there's a big sign outside saying, you know, put your donations here for, or, you know, the one, you know, the country. I mean, it must be terrible being in a war. Know how you feel, because we're in one as well here in the UK. So it'd be nice to walk past a place and see how they're going to help the people who are in the community, who are the next door neighbour. Are we going to help our next door neighbour? Do you remember that time we were told to snitch on them if they had more if they had people in the house? Do you remember? We're going to need each other. You know, we need each other. We need each other to connect, you know. If it gets to the stage where there's hardly any food, you know, hey, blah, blah, have you got some, a pound of carrots out your garden for, you know, give you some tea back? I don't know. Some kind of barter system, maybe, where cash isn't exchanged. I mean, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Imagine that. Do you know what I mean? I'll cut your grass if you go and, you know, just get Mrs. Jones a couple of bits from Aldi, something like that. We really got to come together. We are important. Our neighbours are important. Working class people, you know. We're all important. But nobody is better than anybody else. And it's all a distraction to stop you from realising what's really going on. It really is. So, and I forgot to mention as well, actually, that to grow those little things from seeds, I had to show them love. Boom. And we need love as well. Don't we, Kat? Don't we? We do. We need love, don't we? We do. We do. It's lacking so much. It's lacking empathy, compassion, kindness, being thoughtful, being considerate, being selfless. Not saintly. You can be kind, still be a lioness. So I do feel, by a little demonstration just of a little plant, a little seed, that's what the seed needs to grow, to live. And that's what we need to grow and live. And are those needs being met? Why? We deserve to live in peace and without worry and fear. We do. We do. So, we need love most of all, don't we, eh? Yeah. Anyway, just a little video. You know me. Oh, I know what I meant to say. Talking about these things, I can't even remember how I was going to bring it up. But I just found out something. I thought, you cheeky little bugger. Do you remember that? What's his name? Charlie something out of that Pimlico Plumbers. Charlie Mullins. Sydney Charles Mullins. I was looking at him the other day. He's been on a few things. And I never liked him when he first came on. When I used to watch Good Morning Britain. You know, before I cancelled my licence and stopped watching those paid robots. So yeah, I remember seeing him on there. Do you remember when it first came out? And it was the stamp of this is how it's going to go. Do you remember? No job. Do you remember that? Do you remember? And he was one of the first businesses that came on. An independent, you know, plumber, like, got his own business. And he was advocating that all his staff were going to be required to get the out, yeah, out the door. You know the one, yeah, love and compassion, yeah. So, only found out anybody can do it, by the way. So it's not illegal. But he was only the business advisor to David Cameron. David Cameron? What the F? So you know that agenda, don't you? How dare these people? How dare they? Do they know what they've done now? Now we know what is happening with them all. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know how he came into thought, but I was just looking at him the other day. I thought, nah, I'm not having this. You know when you just know somebody's wrong, there's something about them. You know that feeling that we get, that intuition that we have, because we are powerful beings when we are awake. We are powerful beings when we are asleep. But we don't know we're powerful because we're not aware. So yeah, there's just loads. And a deer ran in front of my car this morning. Massive, massive deer. Massive. I couldn't believe it. I've seen a deer before, but this is massive, dark brown. It just ran across the road, and a car was coming the other way. I think it was a van actually, and it didn't quite miss it or anything. You know, it was literally as if time stood still. And I looked, and I thought, go on, yeah, and it went. But it wasn't that beautiful, and loads of synchronicities are happening at the moment as well. You know, I'm seeing these digital clocks now, isn't it, on your phone and on your cooker and on everything else, and it's just synchronized numbers. You know, 333, you know, 555, 1111, 111, you know, the 4 3s, 2 2 2. It's just incredible. Just incredible. It's absolutely amazing to be aware. And it's a double-edged sword, because it's absolutely effing tragic sometimes as well, and people have seen me get upset on here because of what's happening. But it's effing beautiful, isn't it? And this is your life. This is your life. This is my life, but this is yours too. It's your life, you know. I'm not giving my power away, because this is my power, this is my right, and I was born with a soul and a spirit to live, for the basic needs to survive. And we have to address, are these basic needs being met? And if they're not, why not? What's the hidden agenda behind all this? Because even if you don't agree with what I've felt, I've observed over the past 2.5 years, we're going on to 3 in January. 3 effing years. I think there should be compensation for all of us as well as people who are physically injured by this, you know what. I think there should be compensation for us as well. All of us. All of us. So this could be the Great Awakening, as well as the Great Reset. So find your voice. Use your energy. Use your energy, because boy, you have it inside you. Okay? Believe me, you have a lot of energy. And with the right intention, that energy can be directed to something absolutely beautiful. Not to destroy anybody. Not to starve anybody. Not to deprive them of healthy, clean drinking water. Not to deprive them of beautiful blue skies and beautiful natural orange sun. And not to deprive them of the worry and fear of being turfed out the house because they can't afford it, with all the energy crises, bills going up. Not to make them freeze to death, or the smart meters get stuck on hot in the hot summers like it is in America in certain areas, and you're paying for it. So yeah, we deserve to live with these inalienable rights. Yes, we do. If you don't want to live like that, then give your power away. If you do, then do, and use your nice. Look, see, something inside me. It's like use your voice. This is reality. This is reality, not people queuing up, you know, for hours on end. I have to say it. Are you mad? Have you lost the plot? Can you not see what's around you? Or look up and see what's going on up there? Can you not really hear the truth? Can you not see the truth? Can you not feel that truth? Because until something affects you personally, you probably won't change, will you? Anybody? I'm talking about anybody. Until my life was afflicted with drinking too much alcohol, it was only then my awareness, there was a chink in my armour and my awareness came through, and I was able to have some kind of injection. Oh, shouldn't have said that. I meant, like, you know, an energy injection, as in awareness to me, to my soul awokened, really, didn't it? I woke up. I said, I don't want to be like this anymore. You know, when are people going to wake up and say, I don't want to live like this anymore? When is it going to be? Is it going to be next month, next year, next 10 years? When's it going to be? You know, that's the question. How much more, and how much more, you know, how longer will this go on for? You know? Because you can't make people see. You can't make people see. Nobody could make me see until I was ready. Nobody. So I understand. I fully get it. I get it. And the more you make people try and see, the more you just push them away. And, you know, it's true. Your vibrations are too strong. I've said this before. You know, the vibrations are too powerful and too overpowering, too strong for somebody else to take them on, and they'll just back off because it'll hurt their ears. The frequency's not on their level, and I just lose them. Again, it's been it's sad, isn't it? There's people that I've lost in communication with because of this, because we haven't resonated on the right frequency and vibration, and it's all because the truth. It's all because of the truth. The truth never lies. You can never ever make a liar out of the truth. The truth will always come out. When it's strong enough for the others to see. When it's the final straw. You know? I mean, it should have been the final straw when you couldn't go and see the loved one in hospital. Yet they're all queuing up for 20 odd hours. Don't get it. Sorry, I don't get it. Do you get it? Do you get it at all? Do you get it? Would you go and queue up for 20 hours to pay respect to somebody who used to prance around in a gold carriage while there's people in tents starving on the street? There, I've said it. So, that's it. But look after ourselves and look after each other, because we are all one. We are all connected, and we were all connected to these as well. But you know, you feed what's in you. You know, you feed the beast, or you feed the lioness. So there, I'll leave it there. I'm rambling on a bit, but honest to God. But we are all connected, and that awareness with nature, and that we are needing each other. You know, they give out the carbon. Is it what? I don't even know. We give out the carbon. We breathe out the carbon dioxide, and we breathe in the oxygen. Yeah, and the trees need our carbon dioxide. Did they take it? I think, yeah. I'm not too sure. Oh God, made a blunder on that one. Oh God, it's gonna get fact checked now for the for the wrong thing. Post of the tree. But never mind. You know, they'll pull your post down about telling the truth about the world event. So, yeah. So never mind. But on that note, I'll love you and leave you. So, yeah. Take care. Don't tune in. Don't tune into the show. It's just a show. I've sold enough, innit? Adding to it. Alright then. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye.